Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to Los Alamos High School Girls Basketball 2022. So we are through all the Christmas stuff and the Happy New Year stuff, and now we're back to exciting Los Alamos High School girls basketball. And tonight it will be the Hilltoppers taking on the Capital High School Lady Jaguars. So the Jaguars coming into the ball game, record of 3-9. The Hilltoppers have a record right now of 7-5. And so the boys, the Topper boys, are down in Capital. That's going to be a tough one for the Topper boys. Capital very good this year, and they have beat some very good teams so far. So it's going to be, I think, a rough outing for the Topper boys down in Capital. But this game, should be Los Alamos should be favored in this ball game, but it might be pretty competitive. You never can tell. The girls they were kind of active over the holidays, and as they, the last game we had here was let's see. Oh, that was Berlin. Yes, the girls took on Berlin here and won that ball game. Then they went to Albuquerque and got in the tournament with Hope. They beat Hope 42-35 and just barely lost to Taos in that tournament, and then defeated Penasco for, I guess that would put them in third place in that particular tournament. So the girls have been kind of active over the holidays, but ready to go now, Mike. And so this is Gene Mortensen and Mike Mays, and we're ready for Hilltopper basketball and see what the girls are going to do after all the Christmas break and all the New Year's stuff. And I don't know, see if the girls are ready for 2022.
Yeah, we definitely will, Gene. The Topper girls won 2 out of 3 at that tournament. Knocking off Hope Christian. That was a nice win for them. And then, I was watching a little bit of that Taos contest that the girls were involved in. Taos, of course, in our district. And, boy, I got to tell you, that game was about as vanilla as you could imagine. Neither team wanting to show the other one anything prior to the start of the district season, which actually isn't that too far away. But the Toppers winning 2 out of 3 at that tournament have actually won 3 out of 3 of their last 4. So Toppers maybe getting on a little bit of a roll, had a really rough stretch prior to that. But we'll see if they can kind of keep that up tonight. Meanwhile, Jaguars playing very short-handed. Only 8 ladies on the roster for the Jaguars tonight. Not quite sure what's going on there, but playing very short-handed, and a couple of JVers were called up for that game as well. So have to keep an eye on that. Not quite sure what's going on there with Capital. But Capital coming in with a record of 3 wins and 9 losses. Toppers at 7-5, heading into the new year. And, not 100% sure what we're going to see out of the Jaguars tonight, but guess we're about to find out. And I think we're about to have the national anthem. As soon as we come back, we'll set the starting lineups, and we'll get underway.
We would appreciate it if you'd smile and cheer for both teams. Be kind to our friends in stripes who are facilitating fair play and safety. The coaches will do their best to manage team play by praising effort, encourage learning, and today, mistakes are okay. The most important thing is for the youth to play and have fun. Now would you all please rise for our national anthem. Fighters will begin with the visiting.
All right, and that was the national anthem, and we are back here, and just about to get underway here in this girls basketball contest between the Hilltoppers and the Capital Jaguars. For the Jaguars this evening, they will start Nicole Salazar. And sorry, we don't have any stats on these ladies. Mary Romero will also get the start tonight, as will Abriana Mares, Kayla Martinez, and Madeline Portillo will get the start for the Hilltoppers tonight. Lena Chavez gets the nod, as does Gigi Romero. Michelle Macias will start for the Toppers, as will Carly Holland and Tara McDonald getting the start tonight for Los Alamos. So a little bit of a shift from the last time, but we'll see what the Toppers have up their sleeve tonight, what Ray Romero has up his sleeve tonight. Toppers coming with a record 7-5. The Jaguars 3-9, and like we said, playing a little bit shorthanded tonight.
Yeah, so Ray Romero, the coach of the Hilltoppers. The Capital, by the way, is coached by Darren Casados. He's been the coach for a while now, and so anyway, Ray Romero kind of experimenting here in the preseason, the pre-district season, and kind of moving his starting lineup around and changing it a little bit, but not drastically. And right now, Tara McDonald is going to jump it up for the Hilltoppers. And Tara, we don't have any heights on the girls from Capital, but they look like they're about the same height, and so she will go up. And so I think they're going to. So Tara wins the tap as she was going up against that time Anna Marie Maris. And Hilltoppers start off things in a hurry with a score from Carly Holland. And so Carly drops it in for two, and that makes it a 2-0 ball game. So right off the bat, but pass underneath, trying to get it in, it goes across the lane, goes by everybody. Finally run down by Capital. Capital will pick it up and now bring it out on top, and they will hand it to Anna-Marie Romero. Romero trying to get it down over in the corner, and she throws it away. She's trying to get that pass in the corner to Madeline Portillo, but way wide. Full court press now by Capital. 1-2-2, three-quarter zone press. Pass over. Hilltoppers almost throw it away. Pass over to Lauren Holland and to Carly Holland, way wide, but she was able to run it down. Michelle Macias going to get it to Gigi Romero. Gigi, three-point shot. Rebound's going to come down to Lena Chavez. Chavez back out on top. Now with it, Carly Holland going to back out to the half-court circle, get it to Tara McDonald. Tara's going to hand it a little, and almost the old crisscross as they get it over, as they hand it over to Tara McDonald, who set up on the free throw line, and then just coming around her was Lena Chavez. Took the pass, took the handoff actually, and put it in for two. Makes it a 4-0 ball game. But the old crisscross from the 50s. So comes now to Michelle Macias, who's in that free throw circle. She's going to hand it to Gigi Romero. Gigi's going to take it all the way. She's going to score, and she's going to go to the free throw line. So nice move, nice handoff that time to by Michelle Macias over to Gigi Romero, and Gigi just powered her way to the board, drops it in for two. 5'8" freshman. She's going to go to the line, shoot one. A 6-0 ball game right now. And Gigi at the free throw line for the Hilltoppers. Normally a good free throw shooter. So let's see what she starts off here in 22. She does. Drops that one in, gives her 3 points, and it's now a 7-0 ball game.
Perfect from the free throw line for the year so far for Gigi. But Gene, that was good to see. That was a straight power move there by Gigi, and she got floored there on the screen. But just a really, really solid move to the basket and draw the foul. But that's very good to see from Gigi. She's really, just a freshman, but the more she can expand her game out there from the perimeter, the better off the Toppers are going to be.
Yeah, and Amory Romero was trying to set the screen just at the beginning of all that. So trying to come around her, she set a screen to cut off Gigi, and boy, she cut her off, I guess. She just leveled her. And so Carly Holland trying to take it to the basket, loses the handle. Gigi Romero picks it up, puts up a little short shot from the baseline on the left side from about 10 feet out. Rebound is going to come down to Capital, coming down the floor and pulling is Abriana Morris. Morris will hand it off. And so right now, Capital in a lot of trouble. Can't find anybody to get the ball to. And so Madeline Portillo, and we're going to have a personal foul go to Michelle Macias of the Hilltoppers. And that's her first. And that is the first team foul. Common foul. So it'll be inbounded by the Jaguars under their own basket, baseline right. And holding the ball high above her head. Finally does get it in to Abriana Morris. 3-point shot on the way, and this one hits the back of the iron and going up for the rebound, Tara McDonald. And I think we're going to have one of the Jaguars called for going over the back of Tara. And this one is going to go to, it's going to go to Madeline Portillo. That's her first. That is the second team foul on the Jaguars. Here comes Gigi Romero roaring down the court, pulls up, gets it out on top to Lena Chavez, now to Carly Holland. Holland gets the screen from Tara McDonald, picks up her dribble. They'll rotate it to Lena Chavez over on the right wing. Lena starts to put it up. Nice little give and go. And from her, between her and Michelle Macias, Macias misses the shot, but Tara McDonald right there to get the rebound for the Hilltoppers. She kicks it out to Lauren Holland. And so, I mean, Tara, they gave the ball at time to Carly Holland. She was out the top of the key, and boy, she was not to be denied, Mike.
No, Toppers not being shy about heading to the basket. Foul called on that last play. That's going to Amory Romero. Toppers will take it inbound. And, what a move there by Macias. Left-handed shot off the backboard from about 5 feet out, and she drills it. 9-0 ball game, and boy, the Toppers being very, very aggressive, getting to the basket so far in this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, when Carly took that one in, like I say, she was not to be denied because, boy, she just powered her way to the basket. And Aviana Morris takes the drive to the basket from the right side, lays it in for the first 2 points for the Jaguars. They get it to Gigi Romero. Gigi coming in from the right side. Rebound comes down to Tara McDonald. And Tara with the putback, she picks up her first 2 points. So the Hilltoppers right now have 5 girls into the scoring column, and they lead 11-2. Pass up the floor. And saving it, interestingly enough, Kayla Martinez, it bounced across over the, it was bouncing across the half-court line, and so anyway, Kayla decided she had to save it. She didn't have to because it was knocked across by Michelle Macias, so she tried to save it. I mean, she saved it all the way into the coffin corner, all the way on the other side of the gym.
Yeah, Martinez obviously wasn't sure who that was off of, but was not going to assume it was not her team. So that was a heck of a save, too.
Yeah, it really was. Because she was off balance and everything, and she heaved that thing and all the way from the middle of the half court all the way over into that corner. So the Hilltoppers now on the move. They get it now to Kenya Macias, and Macias is going to hand it over now. And Abby Martinez takes it to the hole. She puts it up. Her left-handed shot is off. And now here come the Jaguars on the break. And Gigi Romero with a great block. And they're going to call her for the foul. Unbelievable.
That was clean. That was a clean block. No contact whatsoever. Unfortunately, the official behind the play really didn't see that there was still some daylight between the two players.
Yeah, there was no, it was as clean a block as you can get. So Amarie Romero is at the free throw line, and she puts up the first, and that makes it now 11-3. Second shot by Amarie. This rolls around and comes out. Rebound comes down to Kenya Macias, stolen away from Kenya, and the Jaguars have it. And now the shot by the Jaguars is off. Battle for the rebound. A little outlet pass trying to get it to Ashley Perez is picked off by the Hilltoppers. Gigi Romero right now getting a screen and a little give and go. Boy, perfect. You don't give it any better than that. Wow. Little pass over to Gigi Romero just to the right of the key, and then Tara McDonald setting the screen, and then she just rolled off, and it will give and go, and boy, she just laid it in. Boy, beautiful, beautiful execution that time.
Well, you just don't run it any better than that. That was a textbook execution there by the Toppers.
Yeah, it really was, and Tara was wide open when she laid that. And a great entry pass that time coming from Gigi. So they full court press by Capital. It's 13-3. They steal it away. Coming down in a hurry. They're going to get it underneath. The ball's starting to go to the hole. And tried to pick up the ball at the last minute. And she wasn't able to. And so the Hilltoppers, as she was trying to grab it, she was going to just try to grab it and go to the hole, but she was having trouble getting the handle, so the Hilltoppers tie her up. And alternating possession is going to go to Los Alamos. But right now we have a timeout taken here at Griffith Gymnasium as they look up at the scoreboard, maybe for the last time. They've been having a lot of scoreboard problems here, Mike. And then so the last game we came to, they were hauling in new keyboards and just right and left. And so finally they said, well, Pete Maury Pongratz announced it. Well, we ordered a new scoreboard, but it's on back order. So right now at the gym here, we had the old scoreboard over on the west side of the gym, and on the east side, I guess it's the new scoreboard, part of it, the top half of it anyway, which shows the score and the time.
You want to know anything else? You're just out of luck. That's there.
Right. But right now it's a big old black. I guess going to be a scoreboard and so it should be pretty nice.
That looks like a perfect, perfect space for a jumbotron.
Yes, it does. So the New Mexico Shuffle is going to be called on Abby Martinez. And so she called for the travel. And that makes it's 2:02 remaining here in this first period. 13-3 is the score.
Yeah, and Abby couldn't figure out what she was called for. So, she's just a sophomore. That's something you're just going to have to learn. Whoa.
Well, these screens tonight are something else. And that's Amarie Murillo. She's the one that decked Gigi, and now she just decked Carly Holland. So Amarie picks up her second personal. And Hilltoppers get the ball as they bring it up to right now to Abby Martinez. She's going to hand it over to Kenya Macias. Macias picks up her dribble over to Carly. Carly's going to dribble out there the half-court circle and now hand it over to Abby Martinez. Pass over on the right side and taking it to the hole that time. And that was Daylin Rodriguez. And the rebound comes down to the Jaguars, coming down the floor in a hurry for the Jaguars. And that was Samantha Nava. But Daylin, who had missed a shot, she decided she wanted that ball back. So she went over there and tried to flag the train and got called for the foul. So Now we're going to have a reach-in foul, and this one's going to go to Kenya Macias. Boy, Hilltoppers are being pretty aggressive on defense, Mike, and so Kenya, I mean, she was sticking her arm in there like crazy. So it's still 13-3 with 1:12 to go, and the Jaguars will inbound it under their own basket. Baseline right, and they bounce it. They bounce it in, and the ball is loose. It's picked up by the Jaguars, and then it just popped up toward the basket. They just scooped it up and took a quick shot. Rebound comes down to Daylin Rodriguez. She gets it now to Carly Holland, who will walk it across the timeline. For Los Alamos brings it over to Daylin. Daylin having a little trouble with getting the handle. Is going to bring it to Carly. Carly, a good three-point shooter. There she goes. She pops it up, and she hits the floor. I don't know if that was a flop, Mike, or what, but anyway, I mean, she went flying backwards, and so Kayla Martinez is going to pick up the personal. That's going to be her first, and that is right now is the fifth team foul on the Jaguars. But at the free throw line to shoot three is Carly Holland, and Carly, a good three-point shooter and a good free throw shooter. Puts in the first, makes it now 14-3. The Hilltoppers up, and Carly's second shot, that one's off. I just got through talking about what a great free throw shooter she was.
Well, yeah, we all knew what was going to happen after that. So, but
I really jinxed her. Went all the way over to the side of the rim. So, all right, she's got it bracketed now. This is it. All right. Okay. So 2 out of 3 from the line for Carly makes it 14-3. Jaguars coming down floor in a hurry. They almost lose it out of bounds. And chasing it down that time was Nicole Salazar. Salazar, a little give and go by Jaguars. And they almost dropped that one in. Rebound comes down to the Jaguars. And that one's going to come down to Amarie Romero. And Romero is going to go to the free throw line as we're going to have a personal foul, and that one is going to go to Kenya Macias. That'll be her first. That's the 4th team foul on Los Alamos. And at the free throw line, Amarie Romero she's the only one that shot free throws for the Jaguars. She was 1 for 2 the first time she went up there. Puts in the first one this time. And it's 15-4 right now with 28 seconds to go here in this first period. And the second one, long rebound, is going to come back to Carly Holland. She's just going to let everybody head down the floor, and then she'll walk it up. Comes across the timeline, 18 seconds to go. Comes to Carly, three-point shot by Carly. Long rebound, battle for it. We're going to have a jump ball. That will go to Capital. 8.2 seconds remaining, Mike. So, well, that's interesting because that held ball will give the Hill. It's supposed to be Capital's ball.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's Capital, and Maury said black ball, which is interesting too. With 8 seconds to go, if the Hilltoppers hold them, then the Hilltoppers will get the ball to start the second quarter. But
we'll see. Yeah, no, this is definitely Capital's ball.
Oh, no. That's not right. That last held ball went to the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, that is not correct.
Some home cooking here. Gigi Romero takes the inbound pass in the corner on the left side, the deep corner, and nothing but net for 3 from Gigi Romero. Gives her 6 points in the ballgame and pushes the score out to 18-4.
Nice play there, and then Romero left all by herself right there in the corner, and she absolutely buried that shot. So Gigi, very, very nice first quarter for her as the Toppers have a solid 18-4 lead over the shorthanded Capital Jaguars tonight. So, yeah, everything's shorthanded, Jane. The Jaguars are shorthanded. The the stand. If you want to come over and buy a ticket, I think they can squeeze you in here tonight.
Yeah.
We're not we're slightly less than capacity, I believe. If there's no more than I think about 75 people here, and I'm not even sure about that, but
yeah, they like you say, everybody's shorthanded, and so just like every business here in the nation, but right now we are hiring spectators. So come on over.
Come on over and fill an application. You might start tonight. You don't know.
All right. Quick interview with Ann Stewart, our AD, and so they're still trying to figure out who's got the ball. Now it's going to be Hilltoppers to inbound it from half court. And I don't think the Hilltoppers know that. Oh, wait a minute. It's going to be Capital.
No,
That's right.
Capital will inbound.
That's right.
They lost. They were supposed to get the last held ball and were denied that.
Yes, they were. And boy, I'm telling you. I mean, Lena Chavez. I mean, she was all over the back. She was almost a piggyback over on Ashley Perez. So Lena picks up the personal. That's her first. That is the 15th foul on Los Alamos. Shot taken by Capital is off. Rebound quickly. Come down to the Hilltoppers. Carly Holland pulls up on the right wing. Decides to bring it back out toward the half-court circle. Right wing goes to Lena Chavez. Back to Carly. Carly inside, wide open inside, and just puts the ball in. For the basket is Michelle Macias. Boy, great entry pass that time from Carly Holland. So Carly, I mean, she's a heck of a good point guard and a very good guard. Period. Carly Holland, she's a 5'6" junior, but I mean, she's tough. I mean, she plays well. She really does. So ball comes down to Capital, and Capital trying to get it down onto the baseline, and we're going to have a reach and foul go to Gigi Romero. That's going to be her second. That is the 16th foul. So no, it's not a 1-and-1.
They're going to call that a shooting. No, they are not.
No, they were trying to they were going to put her on the line for 1-and-1, but I don't understand it. Now it's.
Got 1-and-1.
Well, I got 16 fouls. They have 7.
Did we miss a foul?
I don't know.
The Capital coach Darren Casados was screaming that should be 1-and-1.
Yeah, it started to be. Well, they had 5 team fouls up for Los Alamos, and then after the foul, it was 6. Then they moved it now to 7, and I only have them for 6. And
so they're getting that straightened out. Our official score here, Jim Sterrett's correcting them, saying that is in fact a 1-and-1.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe. Anyway, so it looks like Amarie Romero again. Back to the free throw line again. She's 2 for 4. Now she's 3 for 5. She'll shoot one more. And this one, well, she's shooting 50%. Right down the line, 3 for 6. 20-5 is the score. We just started in the second quarter. 7 minutes remaining. Full court press by Capital. Comes into Carly Holland. Holland up the floor to Michelle Macias. Boy, breaks it. Wow, nice press breaker that time. And the Hilltoppers put the shot up. It's off. And the rebound, Michelle Macias missed the shot as she came in from the right side. Tara McDonald got the rebound. Her putback was off, and now the ball goes out of bounds off of the Jaguars. Carly Holland will bring it now to Lena Chavez. Chavez is going to get it down on the baseline to Gigi Romero. 3-point shot. Same place that she was standing at the end of the quarter. So that's Gigi's spot, I guess. So that's now her second 3-pointer and 9 points in the ball game. Marie Romero bringing it up. Tries to go down the right side of the lane. Has the ball knocked away from her. Goes out of bounds. So the Jaguars will inbound it. Same place as they've been inbounding it to baseline right. trying to bounce it. They're trying to bounce it in, but there's just no openings. I mean, it's just like trying to, the Hilltoppers, the way they were lined up, is like trying to bounce it in through a bunch of trees. So they do try to bounce it in. It just knocked out of bounds by the Hilltoppers. And so now they do bring it in again. So they were just bound and determined to bounce that thing into somebody breaking to the basket. Ball's on the floor. We have a held ball, and that's going to be Gigi Romero, and she is going to tie it up.
Toppers will in fact get this held ball. But back to that to those inbound plays, Gene. Well, I'll get back to it in a moment.
Well, as Mike started to talk, we had a bad pass by Los Alamos and almost picked off that time by Madeline Portillo, who would have had a pretty good run to the basket. But now the ball inbound, that ball comes in, goes between.
Over and back, Riley.
And actually goes through the legs that time of Kayla Martinez, and it actually touched her when it threw her legs. So she runs in the backcourt to get it, and that's a backcourt violation.
Actually, if it had gone through her legs cleanly, that would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly right. So there's a Carly Holland three-point shot. This is off. Gigi Romero chases down the long rebound. They bring it back on top to Carly with 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Comes over to Carly on the right wing, back to Gigi Romero. Romero's going to go right down the middle of the lane, put it up. The rebound fight for it is won by Capital. And Capital now will bring it up. 23-5. Here we are. And Mike, you were saying what?
Well, so we've seen a couple of times Capital inbounding off of the baseline. They weren't trying to get it to a person. It was almost like a zone pass. They were throwing it to an open spot on the floor and hoping they ran it down. So the Toppers have just been absolutely, clamped down now with anything that the Jaguars are trying to inbound.
Yeah. So they get the ball to Gigi Romero over on the right wing, and a three on the way, and it's in. That's the third three-pointer of the ball game for Gigi Romero, as she's cleaning up out there, and she now has 12 points in the ball game. It's 26-5, and we're under 5 minutes to go here in this first half. The pass over on the right wing is picked off by Gigi Romero, knocked away from her from behind. Boy, and then a good job of chasing down the loose ball before it goes out of bounds. And going to bring it all the way up this time is Shania Gallegos. And she's called for the travel. She tried to pick up her dribble and make the pass in toward the lane, but had a little trouble and ended up walking. So full court press once again by Capital. 26-5. I'm not sure why they're pressing. So
they got to cut it in this lead, Gene.
Tara McDonald with it on the right wing, out on top to Abby Martinez. Abby at the point now. Alyssa Garcia has checked into the ball game for Ray Romero, and they bring it over now to Lena Chavez. So pretty much a whole new lineup in there. Tara McDonald goes up, misses, gets her own rebound, goes up, and the rebound now goes to Michelle Macias. She goes up, and so 3 putbacks by Los Alamos, and not able to convert any of them. And then we're going to have a held ball finally on the rebound. Emma Raven will come in for the Hilltoppers, and she'll replace Tara McDonald. So right now, Mike, we've got Abby Martinez and Alyssa Garcia, Lena Chavez, and let's see, Emma Raven, right, and Kenya Macias.
So, Gene, that last sequence, great rebounding underneath the basket by the Toppers. Unfortunately, all of their putbacks, it was like they were shooting 3-pointers. That's the kind of force they had on those putbacks.
Yes, it was. So coming down the lane on the left side that time with Nicole Salazar, she loses the handle, and the ball just rolls over to Alyssa Garcia, who gets it over to Lena Chavez, over to Abby Martinez on the right wing. Back to Lena, 3-point shot by Lena. This is off. Rebound comes down to Emma Ravens. Her putback is off. So the Hilltoppers are getting the boards, but they're not able to convert those putbacks. And at that time, Emma must have seen the other girl shooting because she didn't put anything on that one.
They need to split the difference on those, and they'll be fine.
Yeah. So Abby Martinez going to bounce it down on the baseline. They bring it underneath to Emma. Emma, she could have easily put the shot up, but she dishes it across to Lena Chavez, and Chavez on the other side of the lane lays it in from the right side for her fourth point of the ball game. Makes it 28-5. Nicole and almost stealing it away that time was Gigi Romero, but she wasn't able to pick it up and lose it. She ended up dropping it out of bounds.
Number 22, Samantha Nava, and number 34, Madeleine.
So we have somebody else. We have a new person in, right? I'll see who just checked in. Sophia Trujillo. Yeah, just checked into the ball game.
Sophia actually had a pretty nice game for herself against Belen
yes,
last time we were down here.
So. Yes, she did. So the shot by the Jaguars is off on a three-pointer. Comes down to the Hilltoppers. Emma Raven, she just hands the ball over to Sophia. Trujillo brings it up for the Hilltoppers, brings it to the top of the key. Over on the right side, Alyssa Garcia. And it's the Hilltoppers just rotating it right now around the three-point line. Rebound is saved back in by Capital. Comes right to Sophia Trujillo. Shot on the baseline taken by Abby Martinez. And this one is off, and the rebound goes off of Kenya Macias out of bounds. 28-5 with 2:11 remaining here in the first half. Down the left sideline, boy. I mean, in a hurry, but a good job that time with Kenya Macias to cut her off. Pass underneath is almost stolen away by the Hilltoppers. A shot put up by Capital is off. Rebound's coming down with it to Alyssa Garcia. She gets it now to Sophia Trujillo. Trujillo over to Kenya Macias. Kenya underneath to Emma Raven. Emma wants to go up, but she was triple teamed. And shot taken by Kenya Macias. And this one is off. Rebound comes down to the Jaguars with a minute and a half to go. Pass to nobody is picked off by Kenya Macias. She gets it up to Alyssa Garcia. Alyssa takes it to the hole. And Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble underneath that basket, Mike. I mean, the putbacks and layups, and we're not doing very well on those.
These are not traditional-looking layups we're seeing. These are all runners. These are all the Michael Jordan scoop shot.
Whoa, Raven!
Wow.
Emma Raven was about ready to punch somebody in the mouth. Oh God!
Yeah, Emma with a battle underneath the basket against one of the Jaguar. Yeah, she was. She was looking to let one fly there.
Yeah, she had a hold of her arm and it wouldn't let go. And boy, she yanked that arm away. Boy, I'm telling you, she yanked it away with a vengeance. Boy, it was kind of like, you think you can take me?
Oh wow, 28-5. Rough quarter here for the Jaguars.
I guess.
Just they really haven't even. I'm not sure they put up 5 shots in this quarter, Gene. They just they're just having all kinds of trouble getting the ball anywhere near the basket. Topper defense is almost impenetrable right now.
Yeah, right. And they've only had 1 field goal in this half. I'm surprised, too, because I thought this was going to be a more competitive game. I thought Los Alamos would win it, but I thought it would be a lot more competitive. But Los Alamos just completely dominating in this ball game. Sophia Trujillo puts up the 3. Long rebound chased down by Alyssa Garcia. She'll bring it back out to Sophia. Sophia dribbles. Well, she's going to bring it down to Alyssa Garcia on the right wing. She tries to pass it underneath to Lena Chavez. The pass is contended for by Capital. Lena trying to get a hold of it. Can't get a hold of it. Loses it out of bounds. Emma Raven will sit down for the Hilltoppers. And checking in is Dalen Rodriguez. 29 seconds remaining here in the first half. And the second half, Mike, is going to go pretty fast. We'll be in the mercy rule not very long into the second half. So Capital with it after the Hilltoppers trying to get something going. But the Jaguar defense doing a good job. And now coming down the floor. And we're going to have a personal foul goal. And this one is going to go to Kenya Macias. That's going to be, well, let's see.
I think I just heard they said it was their third. Man, that might have been the foul we missed earlier. We'll see. Well, they're not showing it on the West scoreboard. Let me just check the East scoreboard real quick, Gene. Maybe that'll get changed.
Yeah. Well, anyway, who's at the line? Can you read that number?
I believe that is Shiloh Romero.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It is not. It is Brianna Matez.
So Brianna puts in one, misses the other. So now we're coming down, and there's a shot.
Oh!
Close. Half-court shot at the buzzer. That makes it 28-6 here after one half of play. The Hilltoppers up over the Lady Jaguars from Capital, and I can say I'm a little surprised because I thought it would be a much better ball game than this. So
yeah, I am too. And just the recent history between these two teams, Gene. A couple of years ago, Toppers went down. A game we did for KRSN. Toppers went down to Santa Fe to play the Jaguars. On paper, that was Toppers should have absolutely it should have been no contest. And the Jaguars just hung around, would not go away, and then put together an absolutely fantastic fourth quarter and ended up upsetting Los Alamos. And we've seen that more than once in this rivalry. Jaguars and the Topper girls, we've seen some battles over the years. So that's kind of what I was expecting tonight.
Yeah, me too, because I don't know. It's kind of crazy because Jaguars they've always been competitive. Like Mike pointed out, we go down to Capital expecting to win the game easily, and boy, we just don't. I mean, they kept whenever they play us, Capital comes to play. So I'm a little surprised here tonight because I thought that'd be, well, I just didn't expect this kind of a ball game. I thought it'd be a pretty competitive ball game, but. Boy.
Yeah, a little surprising. As we said at the onset, the Jaguars with just 3 players on the bench tonight, and they have about a dozen girls on their regular roster, but playing shorthanded tonight. Not quite sure what's going on there. Hopefully it's not a sickness thing. Hopefully this is kind of an anomaly. You hate to see that with with anybody, but just very, very short-handed tonight. So that may be part of it. Again, the Jaguars been a little bit had a little bit of a shaky season so far, but Capital always very, very competitive against Los Alamos, but in that first half, especially in that first quarter, Los Alamos very aggressive, especially on the offensive end. And then Gigi Romero, boy, she is just dialed in from the corner. A couple of really, really nice 3-pointers. Her first one toward the end of that first quarter had a good look. The second one she dropped in, Gene, actually pretty well defended. She had a hand right in her face, but able to drop that one in as well. And then a couple of nice moves by Gigi to the basket. So she's showing a lot of different things tonight. So 12 points already for the freshman. A lot of good things actually we're seeing from the Toppers. Toppers dominating the dominating the boards as they should. And that was something we were not seeing the last time we were here against Belen, which was a much shorter team. Belen did a very, very good job under the basket, getting rebounds. Had struggled to put those back, but we're having no problem running down those rebounds. But the Toppers in kind of the same situation tonight really have not had those challenges under the basket. Have really established their rebounding game very well, and have had some nice second chance opportunities. So 28-6, the score here. Toppers, as we said, 7-5, coming here off of having won 3 of their last 4, including 2 out of 3 at their holiday tournament. So Toppers we're hoping to see a little bit of momentum on their side as we creep closer and closer to the start of the district season. So we got about just under 6 minutes here before start of the second half. Just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, the Los Alamos Fire Department and the Los Alamos Police Department. They just fine first responders that we have here in Los Alamos County, and we are very, very appreciative of everything they do, and we are very appreciative of their sponsorship of Hilltopper Sports. And there's a reason we get to go out and do all this cool stuff. We got to see plenty of football and soccer in the fall, and now we're can't believe it. We're almost halfway through the basketball season already. Where does the time go? But they're the reasons we get to travel. We get to go see. We get to go all these cool places and see Hilltoppers athletics and shaping up to be a very, very good Hilltopper 2021-2022 season. And, because of the great sponsorship of our first responders here, that's how we bring you these games.
Yes, absolutely. And, we really want to thank the police department and the fire department for their support, and not only Topper High School athletics, but their support in this community, in this town, that they do a really good job of watching over us and keeping us safe. And the fire department, outstanding fire department, outstanding police department. And I don't know if you've ever had to interact with any of them, you'll find that they're a good bunch of people. They're good people. So, and we appreciate their support. So, do you have some scoring for us, Mike?
I have nothing.
Okay.
I did not get a score sheet as a matter of fact today, so
Okay.
So I don't have a whole lot. I can tell you Toppers led 18-4 after the first quarter, and then added 10 points in the second quarter to just 2 for the Jaguars, and that's where we stand right now, 28-6.
Yeah, well, I have the scoring here. It's for the Jaguars, they had 2 girls get in the scoring column, and that was Amarie Romero and Abriana Morris. Abriana had the only field goal for the Capital, and she was 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and Amarie Romero was 3 for 6 from the free throw line. And that was it for the Jaguars. So they actually came up with 1 field goal, and they were a 5. And let's see, they had 1 field goal, and then they were 4 of 8 from the free throw line. So, but the Hilltoppers, their leading scorer is Gigi Romero, as she came up with 12 points in that half. She had 3 3-pointers, and she also had a 3-point play. I gave her the 12 points, and then we had 4 more girls with 4 points each. Lena Chavez, Michelle Macias, Carly Holland, and Tara McDonald all ended up with 4. So 5 girls scoring for a total of 28 points. And the Hilltoppers going to the free throw line, they were 3 for 4 from the free throw line. They had 11 field goals, and 3 of those were three-pointers from Gigi Romero. This I'm not sure about at all, but the Hilltoppers, I had, 8 team fouls, which I had to adjust, but so I'm presuming that was right. And then 5 team fouls for Capital. The Hilltoppers led 18-4 after the first period, outscored Capital 10-1 in the second period for a score of 28-6. So Mike, it'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure what Ray Romero's going to do, if he's going to come out and start out with his starting lineup, or is he going to, he really went to the bench there in that second quarter, and so be interesting to see what he does here in this third quarter. He could start the starters and run the score up to if he wants to go home early, he could get that score up to a 35-point lead, and then after that it would be a running clock.
Well, that new Joe Millionaire show is on tonight, so I don't know if he wants to go catch that, or he said his DVR or whatever, but I'm sure he'll want to catch that. But Toppers can put this away here fairly quickly if Ray Romero chooses to do so. I gotta say there's been a couple of Jaguars that really seen a lot of hustle out of Samantha Nava. She's been all over the place tonight. She's been very, very solid on defense. Hadn't had a whole lot of offensive opportunities, but she's been kind of a pest. And Abriana Mata is also a nice game for her. So Jaguars putting up, I think, as much of a fight as they can tonight. Just it looks like a whole lot of problems on their end tonight, but they're a scrappy bunch, and they're not just gonna hang their heads and go home. They're gonna do what they can.
Yeah, and they'll get the ball to start things, Mike. And that Joe Millionaire you're talking about, I wondered if what happens if when the girl picks the cheapo guy that doesn't have any money?
Well, I thought it was interesting the way they phrased that. It said one has $10 million and one doesn't. Well, what if the other guy has like $100 million?
Yeah, that could be. So the Jaguars with the pass, with the shot is off. Rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers. They quickly get it to Carly Holland, over to Gigi Romero. Gigi top of the key, over to Carly, inside to Tara McDonald. Her shot is blocked. Boy, nice block that time by Amarie Romero. And they're calling it a jump ball, so it'll be the Hilltoppers. She actually stopped her. So Hilltoppers will inbound it. In the corner it goes, and here comes Gigi. 3-point shot. This is off. Rebound comes down to Lena Chavez. She dishes it underneath to Tara McDonald. Tara's little putback is off. And now the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Jaguars with just underway here in the third quarter. 7:21 to go. And 28-6. The Hilltoppers up. And so Lena Chavez will throw it in from the deep corner on the left side. They bring it out on top to Carly. Holland onto the right side to Gigi. Gigi puts the ball on the floor, gets it back to Carly out on top. Carly coming down the left side, pulls up at the free throw line, dishes it off to Linda Chavez, back to Carly. Carly underneath to Tara McDonald. Carly had an open shot. Tara had an open shot. Now finally Tara's going to take this one. Gets her own rebound. Ray Romero trying to call timeout while Tara's sitting on the floor with the ball.
Yeah, Tara just I think she just lost her footing. No, she wasn't touched.
No, she wasn't. Going for the rebound on the missed shot when she went down. So 28-6. And now with the ball is Nicole Salazar. Lena Chavez desperately trying to steal it away from her. 3-point shot from outside. Is that a three? They're going to call it a two. Nicole Salazar, just a junior. She puts it in for the second field goal of the ball game comes to Carly Holland. Holland tries to dish it, come down the right side, dish it across the lane to Michelle Macias, and a little too high for Michelle. Michelle goes up, tries to get it, bounces off of her fingertips out of bounds.
Pass was a little too cute.
Yes, it was.
Carly could have taken that in, no problem.
Yes. So the ball almost stolen away by Tara McDonald because for some reason it hit Tara all the way out at the top. I don't know how she ended up rotating out there, but she was guarding one of the smallest girls on the floor way out at the top of the key, and that was Kayla Martinez. So they get enough to Amarie Romero. Her shot off. Hilltoppers on the break. They have a 2-on-1. Tara's going to take it all the way. She misses a shot. Rebound comes down to Gigi Romero. And the Romero putback is also off. So, I don't know, Mike. We're coming in. That should have been an easy layup for Tara. And that was a good job by Gigi. It just didn't drop for Gigi. At the ball, but anyway, in the battle, they're going to call a personal foul on the Jaguars, and that one is going to go to Kayla Martinez. I'd have her for her second. And so the Jaguars bring it down the floor, and now coming down on the other end, and the Hilltoppers get it up to Tara McDonald, and a good defensive job that time by Amarie Romero, and she actually forces Tara to travel. So
yeah, good position there, and Tara, I think I caught her off guard a little bit, took an extra half step.
Yes, she did. It's a long pass down the floor to Tara McDonald after the missed shot. And we have one of the Jaguar girls go down who was trying to pick off the pass. She did deflect the pass, and the loose ball is picked up by Amarie Romero. She's going to take it all the way.
Oh, boy.
I mean, she was not to be denied, and she just crashed into Michelle Macias. I mean, she just ran into her standing straight up, and Michelle went back 2 or 3 feet. Gigi Romero puts the shot up inside the three-point line on the right side. So about a 16-footer by Gigi. And she now has 14 points in the ballgame. And the Hilltoppers finally score. It's 4:29, Mike. We got 3.5 minutes gone in this third quarter, and that's the first basket by Los Alamos.
Yeah. Wild first 3.5 minutes here by the Toppers.
Yes.
I think we're seeing them do a few things that they wouldn't do under normal circumstances. No. But when you get a 22-point cushion, I guess you can experiment a little bit. But that last move there by Marie Romero, we'll call that the bulldozer. There was no question.
No.
Just get out of the way. Don't try to stop that.
Yeah, if you're gonna stand there, I'm gonna. I mean, she just kept going. Didn't lower her shoulder. Didn't do anything. Just ran standing straight up. Just ran into Michelle Macias. So the Jaguars inbound at half court is stolen away by Abby Martinez. And she goes up and lays it in. So a breakaway by Abby. And Abby picks up her first 2 points of the ball game. Quickly down the floor, they come to get it to Amarie Romero. Romero is going to bring the ball out now to Adriana Mares. Mares over on the right wing. Passes a little off. Picked off by Michelle Macias. She's got a breakaway. Goes up with a left-handed layup, and she misses. Gets her own rebound. Gets it to Gigi Romero. And Romero off the glass from about 12 feet out on just to the left side of the lane. And so Gigi now picks up her 16th point of the ball game.
Wow.
But Mike, I don't know, we're getting all these putbacks and easy layups, and I don't know, they're just not concentrating on them, and they need those.
The Toppers going to have 50 points right now, easy. just with their putback opportunities, and just haven't gotten them to fall.
So they get it into Emma Raven, and she dumps it underneath to Michelle Macias, and she misses an easy layup. Rebound comes down to the Jaguars. Jaguars bring it out on top. They get it to Amarie Romero. 3-point shot on the way, and this one is off by Nicole. Let's see who took that shot there.
Isabel Azurdia taking the shot there, and looks like we have a Jaguar banged up here.
Yeah, it's Amarie.
She's walking very gingerly. That has all the earmarks of stepping on somebody else's foot there.
Yes.
And that is unfortunate. Jaguars already with a very, very short bench tonight, and Amarie's been she's had herself a pretty solid game, all things considered. That's unfortunate.
Yes, she has. Emma Raven underneath to Kenya Macias. Macias' shot is off. Rebound out of bounds off of Abby Martinez. And Mike, you were talking about the Capital shorthanded, and the last game that we broadcast here just before the Christmas break, Hilltopper girls played Belen, and Belen only had 8 girls. Whoa, there's a nice 3-point shot.
Isabella Azurdia.
So Isabella Azurdia picks up the 3. Nice shot.
That was a nice shot. That was a pretty looking ball.
Yeah, it really was. So the Hilltoppers get it to Michelle Macias, bounces it over to the right side to Sophia Trujillo, almost steps on the sideline, gets it over to Abby Martinez. Martinez at the top of the key, almost has the ball stolen away from her. She's going to dish it underneath, now to Michelle Macias, and now to Kenya Macias. Macias with a nice little turnaround, left-handed push shot, and she just drops it right in. Nice entry pass from Michelle, and a nice basket by Kenya.
That was cool.
And now the inadvertent trip. So Dalen Rodriguez steals the ball away and then starts to head down the floor, and then an inadvertent trip from behind, this time by Samantha Nava. And that's Nava's first personal, and that is the second team foul. So the Hilltoppers will inbound it. Sophia Trujillo gets the screen from Emma Raven. They'll bring it over on the right side to Michelle Macias. Macias 3-point shot. This is going to be partially blocked. And I don't know if they saw the partial block, but it doesn't matter. Emma Raven was trying to save it back in, and I don't think she really needed to. But I don't think the officials would have given it to the Hilltoppers if it just went out of bounds. So full court press by the Hilltoppers. I don't know why.
I don't either.
36-11.
Good news for the Jaguars. Amarie is back in the ball game, so
that's good.
She looks okay. She looks like she's moving all right. So yeah, good to see.
Yeah, she's pretty fearless, I must say. Pass over now to Abby Martinez, 3-point shot. Oh, long rebound, and that's going to be chased down by Sophia Trujillo. Saves it back now to Dalen Rodriguez. Rodriguez takes it to the hole. Her shot rolls around the back of the iron, falls off. Rebound comes down to the Jaguars. A skip pass across from Amarie Romero as she was trying to get it to Shania Gallegos. And so the ball goes out of bounds off of Capital. The Hilltoppers will inbound it. And waiting. Well, they set up a press, but then they drop off the press in a hurry. Comes now to Sophia Trujillo, over to Alyssa Garcia, back to Sophia. Now in the corner to Alyssa. Underneath it goes. And to Michelle Macias, and saying no. So now Dalen Rodriguez gets called for the New Mexico shuffle. Can't do that, Mike.
You cannot do that. That is In this state, that is automatic traveling violation.
By Samantha Nava.
Boy, so Samantha Nava, the young lady Mike was talking about, was, boy, she just got that ball. She just went straight down the lane, right down the middle of the lane, and laid that thing off the backboard and in. So the Jaguars coming a little more to life here. And at the buzzer, a three-pointer for the Hilltoppers, and that went by Alyssa Garcia, the 5'4" sophomore, taking one of those buzzer shots from the left wing, and she drops it in for her first 3 points of the ball game, but it pushes the score to 39-13.
Boy, that was nothing but cord either by Garcia. Because that was pretty as a picture. So Toppers with a 3-ball to end it. The Jaguars, for their part, got 3 field goals in that third quarter, which was more than they had in the entire first half. So trying to get something, at least a little bit of something going. Maybe get out of here at least. Feeling maybe a little bit better about themselves, but nice quarter there for the Toppers. And boy, Gene, I tell you, the best thing we saw, I think, in that entire quarter, Dalen Rodriguez from the with power move going straight down the baseline. Unfortunately, couldn't finish, but that was a heck of a move there by her.
Yes, it really was. But that's been the problem for Los Alamos, is that they've been taking it to the hole. They did a pretty good job in the first half of taking it to the hole and converting them. But here in the late going in the second quarter and in this quarter, it's been, well, in the third quarter, it's been a tough go with they've been very aggressive taking the ball to the hole, but they just have not been able to put it in the basket. And they're going to need to do that when they get into district play. So, well, I tell you, that young lady is, Isabella Azuria. Boy, she's a no-nonsense player. Boy, she gets that ball, and she just will power her way through everything.
Didn't see her in the first half either.
No, that's right. We did not see her at all. So they bounce it inside to Amaria Romero, and she is tied up. And tied up that time by Sofia Trujillo. 39-13. We just started the fourth quarter. And comes to Dalen Rodriguez. And Dalen's going to take it in. Has her shot blocked by Amaria Romero. Romero bringing the ball down the floor. Dalen roaring down the floor from behind. Steals it away from her. Picks her pocket from behind. And then she just hands it over to Sofia Trujillo. Dalen Rodriguez sets up a screen for Sofia. Can't do anything with it. Comes to the right side to Abby Martinez. She'll bounce it out to Sofia. Sofia over to Alyssa Garcia from that left wing. Should have shot another three-pointer. Boy, I tell you, Isabella Azuria. I mean, boy, she loves contact, and they get the ball now to Dalen Rodriguez, and she puts it off the glass and in. So the Hilltoppers right now have 9 players in the scoring column. So the pass, there's a 3-point shot, and it's off the glass.
Oh, that is Mades kissing it off the glass. Just exactly the way she planned, Gene.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And so now Amaria Romero steals the ball away, comes down, puts it up from the left hand, partially blocked by Los Alamos. And now taking it to the hole, almost converting it. And really hard to see those Jaguar numbers. Who made that last basket for Jaguar?
So that was Abriana Mades, and Mades there just missing on that take to the basket. Boy, that was a nice move. Just could not get the roll. So we have some bunch of changes here for the Toppers. Looks like mostly their starters back in if Ray Romero just not comfortable with this 35-point lead.
Yes.
25,
Okay, so,
25-point lead.
yes.
Excuse me.
So here we go. We're back to action. So ball knocked out of bounds by the Hilltoppers right in front of the Jaguar bench, so they will inbound it, having a lot of trouble getting it in. They finally do, and they pass it into a double team, and so quickly Darren Casados has to call a timeout. So they passed the ball into the corner. I mean, they threw it in right in front, almost down to the corner, in front of the bench, but they threw it in to the young lady right at the corner, in the corner.
In the corner, in a double team. That's just, well, and then everybody cleared out. She didn't have anybody. She didn't have a teammate within 20 feet of her.
No, she was going nowhere. So Darren Casados calls a timeout, and so he has 2 remaining. Hilltoppers have called 1 timeout so far in the ball game, so they've got 4 of them remaining, and so 6:08 to go, Mike, here in the 4th period, 41-16. The Hilltoppers up by 25. I thought we would roll into the mercy rule, but I'm glad we didn't. It's the Jaguar girls have played it a heck of a lot better this half than they did the first half. And I don't know, they looked like they really settled in. I don't know what it was the first half. They were rushing everything, but now it's just a matter of they put the shots up, and sometimes the shots aren't too good, but they're being very aggressive and playing good basketball right now. And so they try to pass it in, stolen away by Lena Chavez. Chavez down the floor. She's going to get it over now to Gigi Romero. Romero will bring it back out on top to Lena. And they get it over to the top of the key. They get it to Gigi Romero. And boy, I mean, Jaguars are really all over everybody. And here comes once again, and that's Isabella Azurdia. Boy, I mean, she didn't play a whole lot in the first half, but boy, she certainly made her presence known here in the second half. Wow.
Yeah, she has been she's been a little bit of a spark plug here. And if you're looking for a finesse game, that's not her game.
So they get the ball inside to Amarie Romero, and she has the ball almost stolen away from her. Then she just grabs the ball, turns around, and pops it off the glass and in. 41-18 is the score with 5:24 to go here in regulation. Carly Holland.
Oh my goodness.
Carly Holland. I mean, Samantha Nava was Samantha Nava was I mean, she was just bumping her and bumping her. Finally, nothing called. Finally, Carly Holland falls down, and so they didn't call anything. So Ray Romero jumps up and calls a quick timeout. But I mean, that Samantha Nava looked like she had a couple of Magic Johnson moves. just keep bumping and bumping and bumping. But anyway, so that the Hilltoppers now are left with 3 timeouts. The timeouts are really a factor in this ball game, and the 5:17 remaining here in regulation, 41-18. So right now the Hilltoppers up by 23, and the Hilltoppers will inbound it, and they'll inbound it right almost up to in the front court, just a few feet down from the half-court line. They bring it into the back court to Carly Holland. She brings it back to Lena Chavez in the corner to Michelle Macias. Pass underneath to Carly. That is off. Rebound off of Tara McDonald. So that was good ball movement that time.
Yeah, on the inbound, that went to Holland. Nava went right after. Holland wanted nothing to do with it. Got rid of the ball as soon as she could.
Yeah, so here comes Samantha Nava cutting across the lane, gets the pass, puts the shot up, comes off the side of the iron, now over to Gigi Romero. Gigi coming down the floor in a hurry. Going to bring it out on top now to Carly Holland. Holland over to Lena Chavez in the corner to Michelle Macias. Skip pass out on top to Carly Holland. Carly comes down the lane, puts the shot up. It is off. Rebound comes down to Gigi Romero, and they'll bring it back out on top. Carly with it once again.
Oh, boy.
And I'm telling you, Samantha Nava, every time Carly gets the ball, boy, you talk about
After a long wait.
Chomping at the bit there. So Caitlin Velarde checking in, her first appearance for the Toppers, and I think she was the one. She was getting a little bit of a standing O from the bench.
Yeah. So what was that announcement Maury made? Did you hear it?
I did not catch it.
Yeah, everybody was cheering. Whatever. Maybe the boys won in Capitol.
That would be a pretty good trick.
Stolen away and down the floor and putting it up with the left hand. And somehow, I don't know how, but somehow she got the roll. Boy, that thing, I didn't think it had a chance to go in the basket. 41-20, 3:30 to go here in regulation. Carly Holland in the corner, 3-point shot by the Hilltoppers. Whoa, and she's going to be fouled. And that's putting that shot up that time, and that was Caitlin Velarde. And Caitlin she hit the floor. I don't know if it was a flop or not, but back she went, and that personal foul will go to Samantha Nava and Isabella Zerdia. Let me correct that. That's only her first.
How was that only her first?
You can't believe that. So.
Oh, Velarde, beautiful free throw. Drops that one in, no problem.
Yeah, and there's only two people on the lane, so now mass substitution for Los Alamos.
They should not. This should not be a substitution. This is not the last free throw.
No, that's right.
That is incorrect.
Well, I guess they're gonna say forget it. So. Caitlin's second shot rims around and comes off. Now everybody fills the lane. But yeah, Mike was right.
No, they did not. Their Toppers are all heading back.
Yeah, they're confident that Caitlin's gonna make this one too.
Caitlin Icewater. Look at that. Beautiful.
Three
for three. No problem.
Absolutely none. But Mike, you were right. There was no way we should have been able to substitute. Ball now is going to be stolen away by Caitlin. Caitlin coming down the floor starts to go up as the ball knocked out of her hands as she started to go up. So Caitlin, making her presence known here in this fourth quarter. 3:17 to go. The clock moving. 44-20, 24-point lead for Los Alamos. Capitol is going to bring it over onto the left wing. And pass comes now over to Adriana Morris. Morris gets it underneath and this one will be Amaria Romero. So Amarie.
Foul charge to Kenya Macias.
So Kenya Macias will get her. Well, they say her second. I got her for two, and I was short. I didn't even. I have her for two. It should be three. And they say two, and I didn't have enough fouls in the first half anyway. So, but Amarie at the free throw line, and she drops in the first. She's going to shoot. And this one rolls around, comes off the front of the rim. So Amarie, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Under 3 minutes to go. 44-21. Caitlin Velarde. I'm going to get it to Kenya Macias. Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a jungle in there, Mike. Oh, my God. Personal foul is going to go to Amarie Romero.
That is some
I've got her for
thin
two.
living there underneath the basket. That was just pile of bodies there, and Sophia trying to weed her way through it and picks up the foul.
Yeah, so 45-21 right now. Sophia puts in the first, and she'll have one more with 2:42 to go. Dead silence here in the
wow. That's as quiet as I think I've ever heard a basketball gymnasium there. There was nothing.
I mean, not one single little anything. 3-point shot on the way, and that's a little off. Is that one taken by Adriana Morris? And the ball is going to be, we're going to have a personal foul go to the Hilltoppers. And that one's going to go to Abby Martinez. So Abby Martinez picks up her first personal. It'll be inbounded under the basket by the Jaguars. They roll it over toward the corner, knocked out of bounds by Lena Chavez, by Abby Martinez. And so they'll move it over toward a little further over to the, now they're going to put them in the corner, all the way in the corner, in the left corner. And so they quickly inbound it now to Adriana Morris. Morris on the dribble with 2:20 to go. And she bounces it over to Shania Gallegos, and Shania is going to be fouled. So that personal foul, I think, went to Abby Martinez. That's her second. They bounce it inside. Shot taken by Capitol, rims around and comes out. 46-21. Sophia Trujillo bringing the ball up, gets it to Emma Raven. She walks. Had to had to kind of lean forward like a first baseman to try to get that ball. took her pivot foot off the base. 2:03 remains. We got a lot of subs here. See if we can set the lineup for you. Sophia Trujillo and Alyssa Garcia, Kenya Macias, and let's see, Daylin Rodriguez, and who else do I didn't get?
Yeah, we missed somebody.
Oh, Abby Martinez. So Jaguars with it, top of the key. They bring it over to the left wing, back to the top of the key, and shot taken by Amarie Romero is off. Rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers and hits up the floor in a hurry. Comes Abby Martinez and dribbles it off her foot. Well, she was heading to the basket. She was coming down that left sideline, boy. She was going to make the turn. There wasn't any two ways about it. Minute 25. Pass over under the left wing in the corner. Nice move. Boy, nice move. Down. So Adriana Morris with a nice move down the baseline, lays it in. Makes it 46-23. Pass comes now to Michelle Macias. To Daylin Rodriguez. She gets to Kenya Macias. Nice little spin around move by Kenya. Puts the shot up short. Under a minute to go. 46-23. So the ball, Abby Martinez almost steals it away, but the Jaguars take it to the hole. Rebound comes down to Amarie Romero. She's fouled. And she'll go to the free throw line. And that is the 16th foul on Los Alamos. And I have no idea who that foul went to. Okay, they're going to say it went to Alyssa Garcia as her first. And then so Amaria at the free throw line. And in it goes. So Amaria, well, she's shooting 50% from the free throw line, Mike. And so she just
nice.
She's over 50% now. As she is now 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Anyway, so we have a timeout taken. I'm not sure why, but we have 36.7 seconds remaining. It's 46-25.
Well, Ray Romero's got his whiteboard out. He's setting up the offense right now. This is a huge possession in this 21-point ball game. So.
Yeah, so Amarie is 5 for 9 from the free throw line, so she just barely over 50%. So anyway, next game for us, Mike's going to be on Friday night, as the Hilltopper boys will take on Lovington.
Lovington Wildcats coming to town. Actually, a couple of teams from parts out yonder coming in this weekend. Lovington and then
Artesia.
The Artesia Bulldogs.
Yeah, and they're gonna play Friday and Saturday up here. Of course, Lovington will play Friday. I'm not sure who Lovington is playing on a Saturday night, but they do that. They make that trip. A couple of teams from the south come up and then get a couple of weekend games. And so with 17 seconds to go, the Hilltoppers, all right. Right now they're practicing our stall. And the ball is stolen away. Pass down the floor picked off by Alyssa Garcia. We have a scramble on the floor, and there's the buzzer.
All right. So let's not keep that one in the playbook.
Yeah.
that was a little rough.
46 to
3-man weave.
Yeah, really. Well, the Hilltoppers came up with 7 points in that quarter, but the Jaguars came up with 12. So the Jaguars scoring, Mike, they had 5 in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter, 7 in the third, and then 12 in the fourth quarter. Too bad we can't play a couple more quarters. They'd be right back in this ballgame.
Yeah, absolutely. So Toppers win this one handily, but give the Jaguars some credit. They didn't pack up at half. They very easily could have packed it in at halftime, and they did not. They kept fighting and had a couple of nice plays there in the second half. But the Toppers cruised to the 21-point victory. They improved to 8-5 overall on the 21-22 season. The Jaguars fall to 3-10. So just crazy, wild ball game. Toppers, Toppers in that first half. Boy, I tell you what, that is about as aggressive a play I think as we've seen out of the Topper girls this entire season. They were really just slashing to the basket, going up. Did very good job on the boards, and just really kept Capital completely on their heels in that first half. Very good to see. And as we were saying earlier, Gigi Romero just not only a couple of really nice looking threes, several good takes into the slashing into the basket from the perimeter. And that's something I think we haven't seen a whole lot of out of Los Alamos so far this season. Just really taking the guards really doing a whole lot of penetrating, but we saw a lot of that tonight, and that was pretty effective.
Yes, and it really was, and they're doing a good job of, and very, very aggressive at that. The biggest problem is that they have to do something about they get inside, and then the layup, sometimes they just put them up off balance, or they just put them up and they just kind of bounce off. Sometimes they just put them up way too hard, and so it's just and that should be an easy thing to take care of, because the layup, nice little layup, that's what you want. if you're playing on a basketball court. Of course, anyway. Well, Mike, I had 11 players score for Los Alamos out of 13 on the roster. Wow. So, anyway, Maria Romero is the leading scorer for, for the Jaguars. And, well, she had 8, and Adriana Morris had 8. So, anyway, let me quickly go down the scoring here. For the Hilltoppers, Gigi Romero was the leading scorer for the Hilltoppers. She had 16 points. She was the only player in double figures in this ball game. And then a whole bunch of 4s. Atlanta Chavez and Michelle Macias. And let's see, Carrie Holland and Tara McDonald. And then let's see, a couple of 3s. And that was Alyssa Garcia, who popped in that 3 at the end of the quarter, and 3 free throws by Kayla Martinez after she was fouled on the 3-point shot, and then rounding out with 2 points each. The time were Sophia Trujillo, Abby Martinez, and Michelle Macias, and Carrie Holland. And that's amazing that Carrie Holland only came away. Carrie had 4 points, sorry. But that was Kenya Macias who had 2. So anyway, that'll do it for us, Mike. Any final thoughts here?
Well, like I said, got to see some good things from the Toppers tonight. Some things that, especially the aggressive play in that first half. That was really good to see. Especially as we're heading just not too far from the district season right now. If Los Alamos can add another wrinkle into their offense and really, start penetrating from the perimeter. With their inside game, just adding that extra wrinkle that could definitely benefit them as they head into district. For the Jaguars, just a rough night overall. Hopefully, hopefully this is just a blip. We've enjoyed watching the Jaguars over the years. Hopefully this is just kind of a fluky season for them. So we hope that Darren Casado is a good, solid coach. I'm sure he'll get his team back to playing a little bit better. Just after all this wackiness, just kind of finally settles down. But good win for tonight for the Toppers. Win they needed they were expected to have, they needed to have, and they were able to put it away.
Yeah, they really had. The final score was 46-25 in favor of Los Alamos, and interestingly enough, the JV game ended up 46-24. The junior varsity, the Hilltopper Junior Varsity, winning that one. So that will do it. We'll be back on the air on Friday night at 7 o'clock, approximately 7. You know how that goes. And against the Lovington Wildcats, and then a Saturday afternoon game, and I'm not sure what time they've designated for that game, but that's going to take on the Artesia Bulldogs, and so that should be interesting. And the Hilltoppers have played Lovington once before and lost that in a very close ball game. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I want to thank the police department and the fire department for their support, and I want to thank John McHale and Matt Limbach for all their help and helping us put all this thing together. And a special thanks to Carol Clark of the Los Alamos Daily Post for making all of this possible. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Mays, and so thanks for tuning in. Have a great tomorrow. You can make it even better tomorrow, a better Wednesday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And Sweetie Pie, we had a good night here tonight, honey. So I miss you, and I love you, sweetie. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hi, I'm Troy Hughes with Los Alamos Fire Department, reminding you that fall's upon us and winter's soon coming, so we'll start using our appliances more, like our furnace, our fireplaces. Make sure you get those appliances checked by a certified technician, especially the fireplaces. Make sure you've got a good chimney sweep, get that thing good and clean and ready to burn, and make sure you have a good working CO detector and smoke alarm in your home if you're going to use those appliances.